Charley, perhaps they see a mismatch there. As Meg said, you're losing, what is it, $19 billion in revenue, replacing it with $3.5 billion. But they, of course, have other things happening, too. Is it just not a good synergistic fit, or is the price too high?
Well, I think this just reflects the basic reality of the drug industry, that returns on R&D are just not there the way they were at the start of the decade. Pharma has made tremendous progress in a number of key disease categories, and that's, they've accomplished that. The sales and profits are there. Generating growth is harder and harder, and we've seen, rather spectacular failures in Alzheimer's, NASH, and other big, potential categories this year. And I think AbbVie doesn't, anytime you pay for 45% premium for an asset that's not growing, you're going to get this kind of reaction. But I don't really see a better move that AbbVie had. This is the result of having a weak hand. And I think there are a lot of weak hands around the industry, frankly, from a growth perspective.
And Meg, maybe that goes back to the point about their size. We've seen a lot of deals on the smaller side of things in some of these newer areas. But if you want to replace a pipeline this big with something, that's pretty hard to do, right?
Yeah. How do these companies get growth when they get this big? And of course, Allergan had been built in a series of acquisitions that CEO Brent Saunders did over time, from Watson to activists buying Allergan and changing its name to Allergan. So how did either of these companies grow without doing a mega deal like this? And Rick Gonzalez, the CEO of AbbVie, on the call today said they considered a number of different options to try to replace this Humira really patent canyon, I think Piper Jaffray put it today, or maybe it was Raymond James in a note. And they thought about doing smaller acquisitions. And those are the kinds of things that the street likes. If you looked at what Pfizer did with Array and its $10 billion deal, people like those kinds of deals because biotech to them signals growth. But this kind of thing is just plugging a revenue hole, and people aren't excited about it.
Then should they have waited, Charley? Should they have gone with the smaller fish?
I don't think so, because if you do the same deal that Pfizer did, by 2023, these gene therapy biotech startup assets may or may not have reached the market, but the debt is very real. They need certainty to plug that revenue hole. And I get that's unappealing to stockholders, but don't be surprised if another rival does something similar down the line.
That was going to be my quick final question. We've seen a number of large deals now over the last 6 months or so in this industry. Is more to come?
I think so. If activists are unhappy, they should plan on getting busy.
So to speak. Charley and Meg, thank you very, very much. Charley Grant and our own Meg Tirrell.